All right. What's good, everyone? It's your boy Young Maddie. Here again, more Demon Souls, more zero damage, more getting closer to getting the run. We got this. Okay, so I'm gonna switch up the splits a bit. I'm gonna put False King after Dragon God. Yeah, so I think we'll put him here. I think this will be a better idea. For those that might not know, I had False King Alon as the very last split, and I died to him on my last run. So we basically did the run except for the last fight where he did something wonky and we lost to it. Some real good stuff there. Alright. I'm good. I'm ready to go. Let's dive into this.
King.
It's been a minute since I played. Took about a day break or so. Kinda needed to recharge from doing runs. Batman, what's going on? How goes it? Actually, I gotta turn off the controller speaker. Yeah, I want that on. Welcome in, my guy. Thank you so much for stopping by. Oh no. Oh, that sucks. Sorry to hear that, man. I hope it comes quick for you. That's never nice. Do you know any reason or what's going on with it? Have to destroy Bitcoin. You didn't pay for it with Bitcoin, did you? Everything's just sold out. Yeah, I was wondering if you could even pay for it with Bitcoin, if that was a thing yet. I guess like online retailers, not all of them have Bitcoin for a usable currency, but some do. They lied to me actually, which has me steaming mad. You're so mad that your tongue has shriveled like a snake. Genshin Impact updated. Prime Video updated. Wait, who lied to you though? The store said that they had stock for you to buy in it, to buy one of the GPUs, and then they didn't have it. They accidentally sold too many. Oh, that's annoying. Sorry, man. That must be frustrating for real though. I'd be annoyed. I hope they refunded you, or like put you on the one of the list for one of the few people who will be first to get the new stock when it comes out, or when it's finally received. Yeah, I know. We're so out of order right now. Are you looking for the 3090 by the way? The new estimate is in March. Oh man. Yeah, if that was the case, that'd be pretty frustrating. And it's still kind of a loose answer. It's like, yeah, well, like we'll eventually get it in March, I think. Where'd you buy it from, by the way? Like a Best Buy or something? Or, yeah, you guys have Best Buy. Newegg, yeah, that's a good site. No order 2060 Ti until I can ever find a 380. Yeah. Are absolutely all like the 380, 390s like sold out right now? Because as far as I know, that not just Nvidia would make a card, right? It would be other private companies can make the 3090. Oh, I see. Everything's gone everywhere. Damn. Yeah, I actually saw some Instagram stories a couple like weeks ago about a restock that happened, I think, for like the 3080 in this one little computer store it's not one of the big name brands. It's kind of just its own thing. I think it's Canadian, and they restocked, and there was like a lineup pretty early in the morning just for those graphics cards. Unless you pay a scalper, 3-day scalper price right now is about 2,500. Ooh. There was some dude on my work channel on Slack, if you've ever heard of Slack, which is just like a messaging program. I think he bought two 3090s or 3080s, I forget what it was, because he was worried about how long it would take for the order to come. And he's selling it for like 2,500 bucks, I think, which Canadian is a lot of money. It's pretty cheap for you guys, but for us, it's pretty expensive. It's like 2,500 bucks for a graphics card. It's like, oh man. Maybe when I'm in dire need of a better graphics card. better give me a 25. Yeah, I know. I was like $2,500. Like the thing is too is that you can reply to the thread on this program as well, and it had like a lot of upvotes as far as people like just giving some sort of reaction to it, but no person was actually going to buy it. It seemed like. Yeah, bot programs that buy up thousands of them instantly, just like the Xbox Series X and PS5. Damn. Blue Robes, what's going on? Hello. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming by. How are you today? Tonight, this evening, wherever you may be. It is nighttime for me. Hope you're doing fantastic. Yeah, on the topic of scalpers, for sure. I don't think it would ever be worth paying a scalper price. I don't think I could even trust that it would be the thing that I'm looking to buy from them. Too many eBay scam stories on Reddit and the internet. Wow, no hard stones. I'm good, Blue Rose, thank you. I was feeling tired after work for a while, and I took a nap, and I hate taking naps, but it does help after I eventually wake up from feeling groggy. I have this thing about naps that I don't like them, because I hate the feeling of waking up groggy in the middle of the evening. Like it's 6 p.m. and I'm feeling like I just woke up in the morning and I'm all groggy and like cranky and stuff, and I just hate that feeling. But sometimes I don't feel like naps really help me actually feel more rested afterwards, that it kind of just makes me feel groggy and that's about it. So what's the point of it? But then when I kind of wake up after that, it starts to actually help. So I'm in a good place for runs right now, thankfully. I'm just feeling super down to get this run right now. So unfortunately, False King Alon is not last anymore. Oh, okay. Or not come. After last stream's debacle. But I think today will be good. Can't believe I lost the run on the last split though. He is the type of guy that would buy up all the GPUs. He's definitely a scalper. You just can see it in his face. See, what's cool about Demon Souls is that these runs, you can really just do it. Like, there's mostly a guideline as far as like what splits you could do in what order. There's a few certain hurdles that I would say need to be placed in specific areas, but other than that, the run is pretty open for interpretation. Like, people can do what suits them. And I've seen a few people do False King Alon at the end, and that's not really a big deal, but I think it was yesterday actually, this guy was trying to do his first no-hit run of this game, and he got a glitch from False King on the last split. And it made me feel a little bit better, even though it was sad to see him lose his run. It's just one of those things that can happen. so sad though. It's like genuinely heartbreaking because then you go back to that moment thinking there's so much more I could have done if I had just done this or that. And if I just made this choice in this moment, like that would have all been negated, then I wouldn't have to worry about this anymore, and da 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 da. And so I went back and actually watched the video about when I took the hit on the fight. And what it was is somehow on the run that we get to, the very last split on, False King decides to do some sort of weird rotation where I haven't experienced this before with False King, and this kind of a testament towards no matter how much you play this game, new things can still occur and surprise you. But he kind of got locked into this attack scenario where he was doing a straightforward attack at me instead of doing a charge or an AoE, and then doing a jumping attack, and he repeated that 3 times, and then he decided to do an AoE and then went back into that a 4th time. So having that happen 3 times in a row is already quite unlikely, and so for it to happen again on a 4th time was again unlikely. But what the problem really was that for every jump that he did, it's best to roll into him because you can kind of get beneath the wind that he shoots at you. But on that 4th one, he was far enough away that I should have just stuck to being far away from him as well and roll to the left or right. But because I'm programmed to roll near him when he does that, I was too far, and so I didn't clear kind of the area of where it would be best for me to roll. And so that was actually on me, the whole thing happening that way. I should have just rolled differently in a different spot, but in the microsecond that it happened, I made the decision to do what I did, and ultimately it was the wrong one. It's a sad face, but itty what itty. I panicked when you got the low battery. Dude, Batman, I was so worried about that too. I was like, this is it, this is my luck. Like, I'm gonna be in this fight for a while, and then I'm gonna get a low battery, and then right before the boss is gonna be dead, it's gonna just disconnect on me. I had a feeling that might be what would happen. Who knows though, maybe it was destiny that I wasn't supposed to get that run. Because maybe I stuck out the fight, and if I decided to make those choices properly, where he was doing all wonky stuff, if I survived that, then maybe I would have survived long enough for my controller to die. Aw, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Trying my best. Just another opportunity to improve. It does suck though, because I think False King is not entirely skill based, which is a frustrating thing. I just think it's mostly confidence at that point. No matter how the fight goes, if you stay confident, you're more likely to have a level head for decision making. Thanks, Blue Rose. I'm feeling good. We're really, really well prepared. Done this so many times, it's routine now. I'm not sure if he leaves to the other spot if I just open this door, so I usually exhaust the talking options, and I think that's what I need to do. But it's similar to Maneater though. It's just your confidence dictates so much. It's insane how like your mentality towards a certain thing can ultimately change whether or not you can do it. Man, of course, no worries. I was happy to be there. It was cool seeing seeing you stream and seeing the medium as well. Seems like a hybrid blend of a modern horror game with some like Resident Evil kind of stuff going on, but also in its own lane, which is pretty cool. And ultimately that it's not like gimmicky of a horror game, because I think that can happen. The demon reality, or whatever you might call it, definitely makes me feel like uncomfortable. Did you finish it already? Oh my god. Where did that thing come from? Do I stream late for you, Blue Rose? Yeah. I'm on the west coast of Canada, so I'm streaming like right now. It's 7:24 p.m. my time. Oh, okay. This is like my golden time. I find it that I get most traffic and interaction at nighttime in North America. Cool, got the last hit. Sweet. 10:30 for you. Yeah, so you're like mid North America then. Good puzzles, storyline was interesting. That's good. That thing was chasing me butt pucker. I streamed about 3 years this morning, finished it. Good, nice to hear. It's strange kind of playing a horror game in the morning, at least for me. It's like a weird time of day to be streaming or to be doing horror games. Morning streaming though is pretty nice, I would say. Would send this stuff to storage. Yeah, I find like 7 till midnight is a really good time to stream for me. I'm gonna clip it, but the game got me once with a huge jump scare. Sec. Seem gazing atmosphere and tension more than jump scares. Definitely. I feel that. That game definitely seems like it has a really solid atmosphere. I think in general with video game horror, what gets me the most is the sense of like loneliness, being completely alone in some scary ass area. So that game kind of seems like the demon world would be really scary and lonely to be just wandering through as like just yourself. I think that'd be like my biggest nightmare in an apocalypse, is to have some sort of companionship with people and then for them to die or be separated, and then I have to survive on my own. In a thing like The Walking Dead or Apocalypse, that'd be sketchy. I did 10 hours yesterday. My nerves were fried when I got done last night. Yeah. It's like I don't have the capacity anymore to be shocked, surprised, or scared. Sario, what's going on, dude? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing lovely. Oh, we're going today, Sario, for sure. I'm feeling good. So we've changed False King Allant to be after Man-Eaters, which is, I think, a better way to approach it. It's unfortunate in some ways as well. Like, I like and I dislike that plan in a very equal amount. The idea is that doing the Leechmonger splits last annoys me because I don't want to have to go through the Dirty Colossus split last. I think the pressure of that will annoy me. But then the pressure of doing False King Allant also annoys me at like an equal amount, so that doesn't seem fun either. Especially because in Dirty Colossus split, there's the section right before we enter the Grey Door. It's just a bunch of enemies, and apparently the strat nowadays is just running through it as quickly as possible, and it's like an entire 30 seconds of just absolute pressure of running without getting hit, and I'm running by like groups of enemies like at a time, and I actually had a very close call on that run that I got to False King on. Like, a guy just about hit me. So it's not necessarily the best strat, but it works well if I can manage it. So for that to be at the end of the whole run kind of sucks. Well, we'll see how it goes. How did your runs go, Sario? I don't think I actually asked you, Sario, what your PB was for your damage on RE3. Have you already done it before? Went well, couldn't get the run, but I practiced a lot. That's good. What's your PB? Nemi 2? Okay, so if I remember, that was like pretty close to the end of the game. Like the last 2/3 of it. Oh, the clock. Okay, wait. So which is the one when you cross the bridge and then you fighting Nemi in the circle roundabout, like the rotunda? Is that Nemi 3? Where he's like the spider beast running on the walls? That's Clock Tower? Oh yeah, I can see how that would be a hard fight. I mean, I remember watching Orklon do that part for his speedruns, and it didn't seem easy. Especially because he was grabbing like the grenade launcher and then like shooting Nemi midway when he was running along the walls somewhere. It's like, okay, this guy's done it so many times that he just knows. Sorry, what do you think? This is something I've been thinking about for a minute. I think Carlos's hair is distracting. You know what I mean? It's not that he doesn't suit the style, but for some reason it's just distracting to me. Because I think hair hasn't come far enough in games where I think it really looks good. And his hairstyle is like almost quaffed a little bit. I don't know. Something that I always think is funny about that game. You didn't notice it? No. Your death song? No, I didn't get to see it. Unfortunately, I had to like make dinner partway through your runs. So Nemi 2 strats, there are a lot of them. Oh, okay, old monk, let's go. Yeah, I'm the resident cooker in my relationship, more or less, so I'm usually chefing it up quite often. Alrighty, GG. I believe the reason I'm failing is because I try to make things faster. They're not always the safest one. I mean, that's it, man. Doing 0 damage is a battle between safe strats and taking a long time, and being impatient and wanting to get it done quick because you've done it so many times and out of routine. Yeah, I feel you. I've definitely made those mistakes myself, just being greedy and going fast. Other times, though, it does pay off. Like, risk can have a good reward, you know? Reminds me, how did Wine Night go with the lady? Oh, Wine Night was great, man. Honestly, we were having some cheese and some wine and hung out, just had some talks, just chilled, really. It was really nice. It's nice to like take a break from streaming for a night, kind of put it on pause with the run. That amount of time between run won't really affect my ability and my skill, I think. Yeah, and then watch some TV after. Okay, how did that not hit? Humming boy, what's going on, man? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Every time I read your name, Humming Boy, I always think hummingbird in my head. But then I actively have to stop myself from saying it and realize that it's not how you say it. For some reason, I'm programmed to seeing that. Okay. I think Big Boy's gonna come down now. The nickname has a funny story. Do tell, do tell. If it's typable. Man, that sucks. I picture it as like just a boy who hums a lot and is really good at it and taps his foot at the same time. And when he games or does whatever, he just hums. Good humming, though, is a skill within itself. I always get the third hit on that part, never on the first round when he comes by. I'm not sure why. When I was on my college freshman, I only met girls in my class and everyone thought I was a player, but I'm not so at all. Lol, but one guy who's now my friend used to call me Hummingbird because I collect girls like flowers. Hey man, if you're good at talking to the opposite sex, that's a skill, and be proud of it. Whether or not you think that you're good with women is irrelevant. Just being calm and talking to strangers is a great skill to have. I used to be so nervous of people that I thought were attractive. Like the thought of talking to them in a random like conversation in high school was something I don't think I couldn't have pictured doing that. It just wasn't that smooth. Kind of a coincidence. I mean, some people too have just approachable demeanor, you know what I mean? That's like something that other men and women can feel. Just somebody who is overall approachable. Fart metal is here, baby. Let's go. Yeah, I think there was something about fart metal that was, where does death metal and grindcore go from here? And it was like fart metal. And there was a joke that someone made about it. For those of you who don't know, grindcore is like one of the filthiest, most heavy sludge, fastest way of playing death metal. And like the sounds that a vocalist makes is like very guttural, and very, it's hard to say, like it's not growls per se, it's like I don't know, it's hard to describe it, but I feel like that's similar to what they're going with in that article. Okay, we got 8, so we gotta buy 9. Grindcore is a fun genre if no one has ever heard of it. Check out a grindcore song and you'll either laugh or you'll headbang or you'll be disturbed. One of those three. Okay, on to Armor Spider. So we're gonna head to the Nexus. Chiraz123, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. Welcome, welcome. Hope your night is going fantastic, or wherever you are. Hope it's going well. 40 should be perfectly fine. It's a new album, Fart Metal? Hell yeah, brother. You know it is. It took years of practice to get to where I am now in my fart metal career. The training I've undergone. He's shy but love Demon Souls. No worries. Chiraz, don't worry. You can be shy, man. It's all good. Do your thing. I appreciate the lurks. Alrighty. It'd be super nice to get this run like right off the bat here. Oh no. I gotta be careful with the lure for that. In that spot, I've actually let the lure run out by mistake, and then in the midst of throwing the other one, the flamethrower just turned his shoulders towards me and just hit me when I just wasn't paying attention. It's like the slowest Ferris wheel ride there ever was. Wow, he's never like come off the line like that before. Alrighty, let's go. These one-shot wolf kills are the best. So glad we can use the longbow instead of the short bow. That's not the best lure placement, but cool. Okay, other guy doesn't seem to be there. Oh, Roy T. So I recently learned that that guy up there can snipe me in that corner that I just killed this guy. So I need to make sure to be careful of him. Alrighty. Okay. So we're grabbing hard stones now, not only for just the halberd at the beginning of the run, but also for the bow, just to do a little bit more damage. I think the base damage on the longbow is like 35, and it goes up by 5 each level. So I think we can get to +3 or +4. Don't need the resin. Can we get 3? We need hardstone shards. We don't really need +4. Yeah, we should be fine. I think I can leave +4 to luck. There can be some variant in how much regular hardstone shards we pick up, depending on Phalanx, because he can drop some, and then also in some of the lizard pickups. Sweet. I don't know why the third one gets a one-shot, even though he's technically the farthest away from me. I don't think a headshot on him is what I'm getting, because that's happened like 3-4 times now. Let's not forget that there's 2 more lizards here. Man, this section, this little square thing here, this was definitely the most run-ending part of the entire run, before getting the bow. What you'd have to do is, instead of using the bow, obviously we'd be using the halberd, and you would try to be on the other side of the railing there, on the brick side, and then lock the wolves on that side, and you kind of just had to let them jump at you over and over. And then if you did a long distance strike with the halberd, it would just be long enough to hit them without taking any damage. But the AI for the wolves were so difficult to work around that there is a huge chance that they would just stop attacking the railing and just go around and attack you. It was the worst. Long story short. Alright, let's go. That was not the attack I wanted, but I'm glad it worked out. All right, let's go. GG. I honestly hate Armor Spider so much. Thanks for the GG's, Blue Rose. We need I think arrows, maybe a bit more. I think like 45 of those is completely fine. Can maybe do 100 more. It'll last quite a bit. Yeah, 230 is enough. We don't need to upgrade character. No. I think we'll level up maybe after Dragon God. So Squidwards, they have an interesting path, and the best way I found to engage them is when they're on that spot here, where you can kind of run around them as they turn around to attack you. Without such high damage, it's a lot more sketchy going through this area, but at this point we've leveled enough that 2 hits regularly will kill these Squidwards, so I'm not too worried about a backstab every time, but it also helps guarantee things a bit more. And we don't fuck with this guy anymore. So that guy's main point of existing is just to hit us. And sometimes he stays there while we run up and hit him with the sword, but there's been times where he's lunged at me. So I don't really take the risk anymore. It's also easier to kill Squidward through the gate there instead of opening it and trying to engage that way. Let's go. If you catch him at the right moment when we run down that hall, you can hit this wall and he'll be right in front of the open gap, and this won't happen. I think though that should be good. There you go. We reach Squidward here a bit too late, where he's already near the end of the hallway. I'm pretty sure that if we sprinted from the corner to get where he was, I think he would turn around pretty quickly. So it doesn't seem worth it just to try and get it. But maybe one time I'll test it. You always pick up that outfit up. Is it any good? The reason that we pick up that outfit is because it has poison resistance, and for World 5 and the Dirty Colossus split, when we have to go through all that poison lake, wearing that armor plus the poison ring gives us enough resistance that we can get through the sections without having poison damage happen. Literally the only reason we pick it up. Actually too, that is a better route. Picking up that armor is a better option than what I was doing beforehand. Yeah, exactly. There's some armor that has poison resistance in the Maneater split, but you have to jump down from a certain area that would give us fall damage. So that would mandatory make Maneaters and all of World 3 be later on, sometime after Dragon God. Because we would need the cat ring to get down to it. Yeah, we pick up the poison ring in Armor Spider split, and then I use it just for Dirty Colossus split. But I don't equip it till we actually get there. Yeah, I think it was the poison ring and the thief armor gives you like a really high poison resistance number, and with the gloom armor that other option is significantly less, and I actually had no idea. So it was like another runner that pointed that out to me, so it was nice to kind of change up the run route that way, and that Fool's Idol to Old Monk could be done earlier. Mostly because of the Maneater fight. And we come down here to pick up some of the soul remains as well. That would be the clever cat ring, but no need. Clever rat ring, actually, I should say. You actually can roll through those arrows, Blue Rose. I've seen another runner do it, and he just times it. Though I'm just not comfortable with it, because I haven't tried it yet. But it would be faster for me to do that, though. It would definitely completely negate a lot of extra stuff to go through. So it would be kind of nice to learn how to do that. I guess at this point I'm just nervous that I don't know it, and so if I lost the run to getting hit there, it would just suck. But it is a consistent timed, yeah, for the trophy. So it is a consistent timed roll, sequence of rolls. So I'm sure it's something I could learn, but to be honest, actually, I didn't think about it until you brought it up. So I'm glad I threw the second remain there because she didn't lock on to the first one. Yeah, I think if I just took the time to do it, I could. I hate that the chair is there. This will be a bit sketchy. No, we'll be okay. This is like an important way for me to get back in time. Not messing with that. Why can't she ever be just the closest one to me every time, you know? That's not too bad. I'm glad it was the third one. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's good RNG. She disappeared. That's strange. That one disappeared too. I've never seen that. Oh, that's her. That's a fail. Oh well. Oh jeez. Well, that's her again. Hello. Fantastic RNG. I'm happy with that. That fight's not particularly hard doing it that way, just tedious. All right. And I can't forget a guy falls down here. Through the legs. Through the legs. I hate that encounter. And this one, actually. I think this one a little bit more. So we run so quickly through that area that he doesn't seem to aggro. Especially with the thief ring on. And this is for the guy that drops down to our right. So 4 shots and 5 shots. If the bow was upgraded, I think these guys would only be 3 shots, which would be nice, but it's not really that big of a deal. Peace to you, Squidward. See you later. That was terrible. Let's not do that. So now I'm like checking behind there. Because the bow guy, he came and attacked me one time. So I think it's good just to kind of have a look back after attacking that enemy. I guess this is the question, whether or not I should level up here. Wherever the lady is. Wait, what? Can she move areas like that? I can't. Maybe not today then. Maybe I'm not supposed to level up here. And this guy that falls down. Oh. I did mess up. I should have got a Nexus shard, to be honest. Okay, if this fight goes bad, then I have to waste 26,000 souls, which is not the end of the world, but not good. Alrighty, man eater. No breaks, let's just go. It's good. that kind of move from him is what could actually hit me. So important to be careful on that one. Not gonna punish that. That's good. 2 is perfectly fine. I'm just gonna go for 1. 1. 1 again. I don't like this. Come down. Thank you. No, 2. That's fine. Not gonna punish it. Oh, thank God that hit there. Alright, this is actually not too bad. Just come down, sir. I'll let him. Come on, let's go. Good. It's fine. Not gonna punish second. Okay, if he's gonna run like that, then I'm gonna do this. Okay, that should be fine. That's perfect. That's not bad at all. I have never seen him just walk off the edge like that. Honestly, if he comes back, that's fine. The other guy's at the end, I think. Thank you, boy. It's fine. Oof. I know, Blue Rose, absolutely insane. Honestly though, that was fine. That was not bad at all. As long as if they leave the platform like this, as long as they just make their way back at a relatively quick time like that, that's all I really need. Fine. That's fine too. Only 1. It's fine. Come on, boy. There we go. I'm not gonna punish that. Punish that one. Too far. GG. Thanks. The GG's Blue Rose. Thanks, Humming Boy. The Man-Eater fight is it's getting a lot better. It's a lot more consistent. I'm really not that afraid of the fight anymore. When I was first doing my no-hit runs, I was really afraid of it. But I don't know, like when you're taking the straight up fight like that, there's only a varied amount of things that can happen, and you just need to account for the things that can shift a little bit away from those things. Like if he charges me and he's stuck behind a pillar, he can kind of like glitch towards me in some weird way. But overall, like, it's either a charge, a shot, a punch. It's just always going to be the same type of shit gonna happen with him. And besides, like, cheesing on the side there is pretty much fine if the other guy is gonna show up before I kill the first dude. And the fact that I can hide there and it separates them most of the time is really great. Other times it won't separate them, so that's important to note, but most of the time it will. Okay, and I don't really like to waste time with old monk. Let's just go. Oh yeah, let's not do that. Honestly, I hate old monk fights so much. Like, that fight makes me more nervous than Maneater's does. We'll grab 2 of those. Thanks, Pat. Appreciate it. And we have so many souls we can use now. Where is this? Grindcore, not my thing. Yeah, it usually isn't. It's an interesting music style, though. Flame Lurker. Actually, yeah, we can get this much, I think. Okay, so we're well leveled, and now we want to equip the cat ring before I forget. We'll make our way to Flame Lurker. You gotta say though, Batman, Grindcore is creative. just a whole genre within itself, though. Oh, they're definitely saying words, for sure. The more you listen to that kind of stuff, the better you can start to distinguish the words, but of course it's like, oh, of course not. No. It's just like, that is definitely the first thing a lot of people say, and I find that like, the more I listened to heavy deathcore and stuff like that, it's just, the more I could start making out the words, but it's just, I mean, each vocalist will be different on the pronunciation. I just like the energy that death metal and deathcore brings out. In a strange way, like it calms me down by like helping me kind of release some energy. Oh, Roy T. Don't do it. Avenged Sevenfold is about as screamo as you get. I mean, Avenged Sevenfold's got some fire stuff. I never really listened to Avenged Sevenfold, though I did like Nightmare, and some of the top songs that were coming out on that album. I have very specific memories of listening to Nightmare while I was drinking Monster in my video game development class in high school, because we had like a digital media section to our high school. And I was like, oh, this is pretty rad. It's like a bit different than what I was listening to at the time, but I thought it was pretty sweet. I used to listen to a lot of Slipknot in like 2008 era. Oh my gosh. God, I hate Flamebreaker so much. Me too, Blue Rose. Me fucking too. I hate this boss. Being so janky. Like, please, just stop. Because when he's in this phase, he runs faster. And he's just an uber dick. Like, now that we have a solid cheese for him, it's like I can't lose runs to Flamebreaker anymore. Oh god. If he stays like this, that's perfectly fine. Sweet. Such a dislikable fight, man. Thanks for the GGs. Appreciate you. Yeah, Flameworker, he just gets janky in the last phase when he speeds up and becomes more aggressive. But then also like the way that his movement surrounds the bones is really strange, because he seems like if you're behind the bones for long enough that he'll de-aggro, but he still sprints into his de-aggro, so it's hard to tell if he will at any given time. And then it's hard to judge whether or not he's gonna either de-aggro in front of you while you're behind the bones, or he's gonna go left or right and follow you. And if so, it's kind of hard to sprint holding B and then manage to also turn your camera on the right stick. So it's kind of a weird battle to kind of enter into. So as far as I know, is if you're past the staircase, I don't think you're gonna take punching damage from that. I'm gonna wait for his head to come back and then back to that side. So that happened because I went too much to the end of the spike here, where you kind of got to do it somewhere there. This makes me super uncomfortable. That exhale there can hit you. Let's go. I mean, that's kind of the thing though, Batman. I mean, this game being made in like 2009, it's hard to say. Like, it might have been really, really sick back then, but I don't think that Blue Point could have taken the liberty to actually make that a different fight without getting heaps of haters on them. Thanks for the GGs. Okay, so we have some souls to burn. And we have 34, so let's get like... I think 57 should be enough. but we have like 100 and we have like 30 something, so maybe like 121. Oh yeah, that's plenty. Yeah, this next section is reverting to a bow only. We'll let him pass twice again. Pizza or burgers? Honestly, that's a hard one, man. I think part of me wants to say burgers because I've found myself a really good combo as far as condiments and toppings for burgers now. And pizza, I'm not really ever in the mood for too much at this point in my life. So as I currently sit, I'd say probably burgers. But pizza is amazing though. It's hard to top pizza or say no to pizza in some sort of capacity. That's good RNG with the shield slam. Oh god, no. Oh man. Note to self, never ever do a backstab there. God damn, that was sketchy. Don't do what I do. My bad for the heart stoppage. Mine did too. It's hard, like, you don't want to ever really take backstabs on most enemies. But sometimes the angle just happens that way and it like locks into it. Oh, ran away. GG. Coleslaw on burgers, very fair. Can't hate on that one. If you like it, I found a really good topping for burgers and for sandwiches that has been life-changing for me. I'm a big fan of pesto, and if you just put like a little bit just like a fair little tiny amount of pesto on a burger, ooh, it is absolutely tasty. 10 out of 10 should try. And not too much, because pesto is a strong flavor, right? So you want to have like a little bit of it. Oh, yeah, we're going for a jog. But pesto is absolutely fire on a burger. It's also a hard balance to find pineapple on burgers. Oh, you know what? I think I actually have tried that. It's not that bad. Like, I see the reason why people do it, but I'd way rather have pineapple on pizza than on a burger. As in, at all? Like, pineapple just is a no-go as a fruit? That's heresy, my friend. Heresy. I'm just kidding. I'm such a fan of pineapple. Though pineapple is hard to eat a lot of in one sitting, because then your mouth gets all like weird. So we're not messing with these dudes anymore with the sword, because I've taken damage to them. Oh wow, right through his arms. Pineapple, I have no business on burgers and pizza. I can eat it by itself, but I never like it with anything. Yeah, we better not go there. Pineapple and fruit salad is great. Okay. Really? Pineapple, like, Hawaiian pizza's fire. I don't think it's at all actually Hawaiian, but it's fire for sure. I mean, I like ham too, so I think the pineapple and ham actually work quite good together. So I'm a fan of Hawaiian pizza. I dig it. There's much worse combos than that. Besides, you already have fruit on your pizza anyway. Wow, right between his arms. I.e. tomato. So don't tell me that fruit doesn't belong on pizza, because you're literally eating it almost every time with a fruit. Food for thought. Thing is though, is tomato is a fruit, but you think of it and cook with it like it's a vegetable. That's just the difference here. I mean, if we're already putting curry on pizza and we're doing like Greek pizza with like feta cheese, it's like a Greek salad but on a pizza. I mean, like, this is all just 21st century barbarianism in my. And if pineapple is ruining your day on pizza, then I don't know. It's not that bad. See, that's the thing, Blue Rose. You don't eat tomatoes like that, but tomatoes is for sure a fruit, but you don't. Yeah, you think of it as a vegetable when you cook with it and or eat it most of the time. Though I know some people who eat tomatoes like they're fruits. Your fiance won't eat tomatoes? Life's too short to not enjoy tomatoes. Though, like, I was a person who never ate tomatoes most of my life, but I was every year trying tomatoes just to see if I would like it this time. And eventually got to the point where I tried a cherry tomato and I was like, oh, this is actually really fire. And then started eating tomatoes. I mean, food is one of those things that you don't necessarily like every food you try right away, but if you give it some time, it's like coconut water out here. Like, I didn't like coconut water very much when I first tried it, but then I ended up buying it quite regularly after that. Cherry tomatoes are great. Cherry tomatoes are also really great for sauteing. Okay. She claims that it's just not like, she doesn't like, she just want to eat them, I guess. Though I'm not sure about that. I do find with tomatoes that for cooking with and sauteing and doing like anything of that nature, tomatoes are one of my go-to. I mean, tomatoes are really cheap too. I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know anything about that, so maybe like that's true. But it's also like everyone says something about something like that for most things. They're like, oh, you can't, it does this to you, it does that to you. But then it's like some people are affected by it and others aren't. I think it's definitely a case of who you are. Okay, I don't want them to throw bombs at me. She grows them but doesn't eat them. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I think like I'll take a look at it. I mean, it's just like, my point is how many times you hear something like that about most things. It's like, oh, well, you shouldn't do, well, it does this to you, it does that to you, and it's like, yeah, fair enough, but like, I don't know. It's like one of those conversations. It's like milk, drinking cow's milk. Like, I grew up drinking it and I still love it, but I don't buy it anymore. But I'll definitely still drink it if someone offers me. And people say that drinking milk has like zero benefits, and it's like, sure, but like, I don't know. There's been generations of people who grew up drinking milk and they seem alright. But it really depends on the person who we're talking about. Yeah, and like certain prerequisites. Like, some people are just more vulnerable to certain things happening than others are. Wow, 4 times. My partner was like making, it's like, yeah, but like drinking like milk from another animal is weird and whatever. And I was like, you literally love eating cheese. It's like, there is no argument here that if you like eating cheese that you can somehow say that we shouldn't be drinking other animals like milk. Like, it's such a funny conversation. Like, it sounds weird, but it's like, well, I don't know. You eat every other part of an animal. Drinking the milk of it isn't as that weird to me, you know? Like, other cultures eat animals differently. And milk doesn't really scream anything super weird to me. I think like one of the interesting things about animals is that what we've done with them as far as like culinary dishes like blows me away. Like the Chinese have like pig's blood jelly. Like it's like jello but out of pig's blood. And I'm like, what a strange dish, but I mean if they like it then sweet. Yeah, it's definitely taboo to drink breast milk if you're not a baby. I just don't know, like, if we were to one-to-one compare breast milk for an adult regular consumption to cow's milk regular consumption, like what the differences of long-term effects would be, if there is any. And again, it would be like the person that we're talking about, because some people wouldn't be able to handle it better than others. Cool. Okay, let's go level up. I'm just scared because one time I was a kid and accidentally ate port orange juice in my Cheerios and my mom made me eat them. Oh, that's a rip to you on that one. I would hate to have that happen. Thanks for the GGs. Appreciate that. And like in my opinion, like I think milk, I can see the argument why milk is weird or whatever, but in the end for me too, I think it comes down to the amounts of variation of cultural dishes. Humans have just utilized what they've been given, and that people have made insanely interesting dishes based around animals. And like the idea of milk being taboo seems like preschool to me in a way. Just that it's like, yeah, like I see what your point is, but it's like, not that big of a deal. Tease my fiance if she ever got pregnant and we were out of creamer. Oh man. Can you imagine? Honey. Alright, we'll go on the next one. I've just heard the argument that breast milk for adults has no benefits. That it, like, I don't even know to the degree, if we compare, whether or not it would have any or more or less nutritious value than regular other animal milk would. But maybe I'm ignorant to the fact that maybe in ancient times that maybe adults did drink breast milk, like human breast milk. But the thing is that it seems to me that women only have that happen when they're pregnant and then afterwards for a bit, and then eventually it goes away, which would in my mind be a biological marker that it's not meant for all segments of a person's life. But I don't know. I literally have no idea. Yeah, I mean, like, cow's milk and coffee used to be my go-to when I was in high school and stuff. And then as soon as I started buying almond milk, I was using that. And I didn't like it for a bit because the almond flavor was too overwhelming. But after a while, I got used to it. And things like milk alternatives are better, I think. But I also hear almond milk is not good for the environment. So there's that conversation. But no worries, because now we have a bigger... Oh, I had something bad in my head. We've got False King. Let's go. We know what to do. Let's do it. Let's go. Thanks for the GGs. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate that. Let's go to the Nexus to level up. And before I forget, like I'm in Slipknot, let's go buy some of these. Oh, I think I just bought one, which is fine, but we need to buy some more. Let's empty some of our storage. I mean, I could level up the bow. Maybe. Okay, purchase, and we'll buy 2 more of those, so a total of 3, I think. And then our lady is down here. Help with 6 for the lady breastfeed the boyfriend. Oh geez, and the lady specifically said that if you stimulate the breast, they'll start making. Wow, really? Had women on there were still bleeding their kids at 7, 8, 9 years old. Interesting. Okay, well if that's something that could happen, that's a different story. I didn't think that was possible. I thought like the undergoing of pregnancy was what caused that to happen. All right, I'm probably gonna be a little less focused on chat just for a bit. This area just makes me a bit uncomfortable. I just want to be on it. More so in the dirty class split, I'll probably be pretty quiet. Okay. And then we're going to use a firebomb. And then I have my sword out. We're not gonna be falling off this rafter anytime soon. Oh, and I spoke way too soon. What is it about this one section that I can't figure out? Okay, I think they're all dead. Thanks, Batman. It's a really good throw. Yeah, Batman, I didn't know that this was a possibility. That stone basically just makes it no healing allowed. So this is a bit safer. Pointed out by another runner. Thanks for GG's. Yeah, Humming Boy False King was that was a tense fight for me. Mostly like at the beginning there where we started going really close to the rubble and we're next to like the throne area. That is an area that I don't have practice with that fight in, and so I was praying that he just wouldn't glitch out due to kind of the rubble and some of the objects that are in that spot. So I was gritting my teeth a little bit at that fight, and I'm really glad that he kind of didn't do any weird wonkiness. It's just kind of the thing with Avalanche is like partially it's skill, partially it's just really RNG. Okay, I don't think there's anyone left down here. And then we'll put the Thief Ring back on. Yeah, he did, like near the second half of the fight. Yeah, he definitely was doing his AoE more. And then on the last few inches of his health, he did like 3 AoEs in a row, which was one of the better RNGs that I could have gotten. There's enough that at the end of his health, I can figure out that he has 3 more attacks until he's going to be dead, and so you can actually take 2 to 3 attacks in succession when his back is turned and we're behind him like that. But more than 4 is danger territory, so I'd say 2 to 3 is where I'm comfortable with. So there's 4 enemies up there. Just to remember that count. This is the guy that would be laying down. That section went well. All right. I'm just gonna be a bit quiet, I think, the next little bit. GG. I need to buy more arrows. Okay, and then I need to remember that the cat ring has to be equipped to get down to next split. Actually, we need the sword. No, this is the regular strat. Oh, maybe you haven't seen though, Batman. I don't know, but for 0 damage, we can't run down to her because all that blood on the floor, it gives plague damage. And there's no way that we can, unless we got armor and a ring for plague resistance, we could run down and like do it. But the thing is though, is in this version of Demon Souls, you don't need to collect her soul when you kill her to get to the Nexus and then start the end process to finish the game. But in regular Demon Souls on PS3, you actually have to go down and touch the Archstone at the bottom. So this is a much easier, safer strat. Yeah, you get a trophy doing it this way too. Oh, baby. There's a name for it. I forget what it was. Oh, baby. that about does it. Demon Souls, 0 damage. G fucking G. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you so much for the GGs, guys. Thanks for the congrats. Let's do it, man. Holy shit. Finally. I can't believe it. Wow. Let's go. I guess that's, unfortunately, it's a world second, not first, but I don't care really. That was awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for being here for this. I really appreciate it. Damn. The first run of the day, too. The first and only run. Oh, man. And now the SL1 0 damage grind starts. Oh, man. That was good. Thank you guys again for being here. Yeah, I'm stoked on that. That was great. So, is anything that I did not too well? Let's see. Okay, so Maneater went pretty well, actually. So Maneater wasn't that big of a deal. We just took both straight up fights, and that worked out pretty well. I don't think there was too much sketchiness that went on with that. Old Monk was a little more sketchy than normal. Just because he was sprinting at me. I think that happens when you get really far away from him. So some of that was a bit sketchy because I was kind of in a specific spot between the chairs where I think if I didn't sprint with B that he might have caught up to me. Flame Lurker was definitely a little sketchy. Flame Lurker had a couple moments there where he wasn't de-aggroing, but it worked out. But top prize for the sketchiest moment of this run was Tower Knight, with a missile going right through my chest and dealing no damage. Note for the people, never ever do a backstab on that archer. Never ever. Oh man. And then let's see, Penetrator went fine. False King was sketchy. So I think overall I was more uncomfortable with this False King fight than I was last run when most of you were here. Penetrator was a bit close too on that one section where he kind of went near me a bit more than he usually does. It wasn't as bad. My confidence in that fight was pretty good. The swamp area overall, I think the initial part went fine. The upper rafters, I don't know if that was RNG, but it did work out in our favor where we were able to shoot the four characters at the end without having any of the other guys come out of the waterfall. I think if I had waited and thrown another lure after killing those guys like last run, that they might have come out. So I think maybe that's the opportunity gap that is present in that section. And then the last final section was in the Dirty Colossus split where I basically I sprint through that entire area and only throw 2 lures, one right after kind of entering that sketchy part, and as I get up on the top where the poison enemy is, throwing another lure there. The whole run through that section is absolutely a danger zone. There's no other way to say it, because it's either we slowly throw lures and shoot everyone down with arrows, or we completely just sprint through it. And it seems that sprinting has worked out for me these last few runs, but it's still so close. They're doing attacks right as I pass them, and it's, I don't know, it doesn't feel consistent to me, even though it has been. So I'm glad that it worked out for this run. And then the last thing I was really worried about was Dirty Colossus, because one of these fights that we took with him is that he changed up what was happening, and he kind of does that AoE attack that we all saw, but then he does that other attack, which is another AoE, which is more of a locust swarm attack that if I'm anywhere near it, it's kind of like False King Alon's AoE. And he didn't do it that time in that fight, so that was pretty good RNG. Also with Dirty Colossus is that he only did the homing missiles once, and every other shot that he did was always the straight up fast shots. And so I think that was pretty good RNG as well, because for most of the rotation around that attack, we can hit his side twice. So Dirty Colossus went better than I thought it would, and then Maiden Estrella is not really a big problem. Yeah, I think that was actually really good. I'm happy that it didn't really go sketchy other than the Tower Knight, like mostly. I think that was the only moment throughout the whole run where I was like, either this hits me or it doesn't, and that's it. But thanks so much, everyone, for being here. Like I can't thank you enough, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Man, I kind of wanted to do an SL1 0 damage start, but I think I'm just gonna chill. Maybe just upload this video to YouTube and to Twitch and kind of take it easy for the rest of the night. I would like to stream more, but I think it'd be good to get a fresh start and start SL1 0 damage. So SL1, what we'll do is it's going to be a similar run, but I'm probably gonna have to swap the splits a little bit. It depends on how it goes, but we're gonna do the same type of run but with no leveling up, and we're gonna have to use different weapons. The Crescent Falchion won't be of much use for us because we're not leveling up magic anymore, so we'll use the regular Falchion. We're gonna have to use Batman, you remember this one. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to use the Rapier another time, and then the Battle Axe as well. Not a big deal, but the Rapier is kind of a crappy weapon. I don't like using it, but it is what it is. But yeah, that was good. Oh, thanks, Humming Boy. Appreciate it. You know what's funny? A little funny story. I've been grinding this run, I would say, for like 3 weeks, maybe closer to a month. I'm not really sure. It's felt like a long time for me, but I was the only one doing this run on Demon's Souls Remake for a while. And there's another runner named Kazoodle. You guys should definitely check out him. He's another Demon's Souls Remake runner, and he's also done a lot of no hits for other Souls games. But he decided that he was going to do 0 damage after getting some of his own runs or whatever. And his very second attempt ever of doing 0 damage, he gets world's first. And it was like a week ago. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, well deserved though. You know, you can't be salty in moments like that, because it's not necessarily about the world's first. While that is a really good thing, an achievement in itself, I think you got to take your wins as a win when they're given to you. So this is a win. Let's not think about what it could have been. I'm happy that we got it, and I'm happy that all you guys were here for it. That was one thing I was thinking about for a while, was all of you come in so often to see me get the run, and I always take a hit somewhere along the way. I feel bad that some of you can't stay up to watch, but I really appreciate that some of you stuck around. Thank you so much. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me tonight. Appreciate all of you again. There we are. I'm glad that you guys do. I'm glad to just bring this kind of content to you guys, and that if you enjoy it, that it's really fun just to play the game, to chill and hang out and talk. It's awesome. Victory booty, let's go. That's funny. Thank you guys. You guys have a wonderful night as well. I think I'll probably stream this weekend, maybe tomorrow. I'm not too sure yet, but I think this weekend I'll be on. So yeah, just I'll be around. You'll see me. So the SL1 0 damage grind starts pretty soon then. So I'll start preparing for that, and hopefully we can have some fun with it. But thank you all again, and until next time, take it easy, guys.